30 life lessons I learned by 30. You ready? Number 1, not everyone in life is going to like you, and you cannot make everyone like you either. You could be the sweetest, ripest, juiciest peach, and in the end of the day, you'll find out there's going to be people who aren't a fan of peaches. You could be as genuine and friendly as you can, and some people just won't like you because they think you're fake or whatever reason they have. And it's okay, it doesn't have to be my issue anymore. Number 2, forgiveness doesn't mean I'm weak. It actually means I'm strong enough to really understand that sometimes people will make mistakes. Sometimes really, really bad mistakes. And it doesn't mean they're bad people, it just means that sometimes in life they happen to make bad choices that consequently end up hurting others. Not only does it take so much more strength to forgive, it also frees you from resentment, because we all know what it feels like to feel bitterness and hatred for someone, and it's not a great feeling. Number 3, failure is a part of life. Nobody can win constantly. True success comes from not giving up, because if anything, failure is actually part of success. Failure is actually an opportunity for you to try again and do better. The only way you can only truly lose is by not trying. Number 4, you need to know deep in your heart who you truly are, or people around you will try to tell you who to be. Number 5, it's not life's responsibility to give you a perfect and easy life. The beauty in life is when we are challenged with obstacles, it gives us an opportunity to learn and grow from it. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Number 6, mistakes are actually a great thing. When I make mistakes, it teaches me to never do them again. The mistakes are so big that it shocks me to the very core to change me as a person. And then there are some mistakes which I make in life which I wouldn't even truly call mistakes, because at least I know I tried and I have no regrets. Number 7, sometimes when you do something you're truly passionate and something you stand for, you'll find that there will be obstacles and critics along the way. More than often, you'll find that you may have enemies and critics saying no along the way, and they'll say no in like a million different ways. You're too young, you're too old, you don't have experience, it will never work. You'll find that there will be people who will try to put you down, and sometimes people do it out of love. And sometimes this journey can feel really lonely. What gets me there is the faith that I have in myself. That hope you have in yourself, it will light a spark within you. That spark will take you through the darkness. Besides, who told us it was going to be easy? Truth is, if you're not prepared to suffer some sort of sacrifice, then we cannot expect greatness in return. Number 8, nothing remains constant in life. Change can feel uneasy and it can make you feel uncertain, but it's exactly what we need to grow. Instead of being afraid of change, embrace it and stop looking behind. And if you want to look behind, only do it to remind yourself how far you've come. Focus on the things you're about to gain rather than the things you're gonna lose. Number 9, I realized that it's not possible for me to have it all. When I'm smashing it and running at full speed, hitting deadlines and launching new products. I miss bath time with my son, I miss quality time with my husband. There's been a lot of days where I truly felt so guilty. And then you realize that trying to be at different places at the same time is impossible. You'll have good days and then you'll have some not so great days. What really matters is you're just trying to do the best. There's not one way to be a perfect mother, but there are a million ways to be a good mother. Number 10, we never really get away from fear, from running away from it. Often what I find is it usually just ends up chasing after me. I realize the best way for me to overcome fear is to stop running and to face it full on. Growing up, a lot about myself I feared would affect my future because it was usually things I was ridiculed for. And in a lot of ways, YouTube has helped me because by putting myself out there to thousands and thousands of people and letting myself be vulnerable and being able to be raw and honest about what scares me and what my weaknesses are, rather than trying to hide it, instead by exposing it, I end up freeing myself. And for YouTube, it could have gone to outcomes. I could have let myself be defeated through judgment, but instead I used it to my advantage to help me become a stronger person, more comfortable than ever in my own skin. Being able to put myself out there that I'm obviously imperfect, it makes me feel imperfectly perfect the way I am. Number 11, you cannot have a positive life with a negative heart. It really doesn't matter how much life blesses you over and over if you've got an ungrateful heart to begin with. You want to be happier, you need to have a more positive attitude in life. And it doesn't mean this positive attitude will get you out of your problems. It means that you can recover from them quicker. It's not about having the best out of everything, it's about making the best out of everything. Number 12, there will always be someone better at something than you in life. And that's okay. You should not compare because it's unnecessary and unhealthy. But however, instead, if you must, use it to create a better you. Be inspired from them, learn from them, be motivated by them. If you have a role model, think about the qualities that they have and learn from it to create a better you. And a lot of times, remember, we all have our own weaknesses and strengths. Number 13, love is a choice. It's not a feeling. It's not the feeling of butterflies and sparks. You don't even need to make any effort to fall in love because it just happens. However, it takes effort to stay in love, and you choose to stay in love. Love is a choice, and you have to choose to love every day. You choose to accept their shortcomings. You choose to accept their past and their mistakes. Number 14, I realize many people wait to be happy. People saying, oh, I'll be happy when I find a job. And when they get the job, they'll say, oh, I'll be happy when I get a promotion. And then, oh, I'll be happy when I get a house. Oh, I'll be happy when I get a bigger house. Then you'll have some people who are too busy looking behind them. The only time you truly have is right now. Happiness is not in the past. It's not in the future. People do all sorts of things just in hopes that one day they'll be happy. When truth is, you can be happy now. Number 15, I realized that sometimes the best way to take yourself out of your own problems is to focus on helping someone else. When you're so focused in your own little world, in your problems, it's hard for you to see so clearly because you're so close up. So instead, you need to step back and look at it from a distance to be able to see perspective. And you'll realize the world is actually so much bigger than your problems. Number 16, I realized that hurt people hurt others. And a lot of times, people who lack love for others actually lack even more love for themselves. You'll have unkind people who will criticize and judge others, but it's just in order for them to feel a little bit better and bigger about themselves. And it's not a great way to live, and I honestly do sympathize. So the next time someone is unkind to you, I guess you can still be thankful because it could be worse. You could be them. The type of people who are not the easiest to love are actually the people who need love the most. Number 17, worrying. I realized that worrying is actually quite a complete waste of time. Apparently, 85% of what we worry about doesn't even come true. There's a quote I heard, and it's something along the lines of, worrying is like sitting on a rocking chair. You use a lot of energy, but it actually takes you nowhere. Number 18, you'll realize that you'll have to fight some really sour and bad days of your life in order to gain and earn the best days of your life. There were moments of my life where I truly questioned and doubted if I would ever be happy again. And don't be surprised if life ends up surprising you. A lot of my life's hardest moments were actually blessings in disguise. It's moments like this where I realized that, hey, I started off as a victim and now I come out in victory and so much stronger as an overcomer. Number 19, if people focus more on what they could do for others rather than focusing on what others should be doing for you, it could save so many relationships. Number 20, it's true what they say, things will be things, you get what you pay for. Money cannot buy happiness. Money can buy you a house, but not a home. Money can buy you medicine, but not health. Money can buy you a gorgeous clock, but not time. Money can buy you companions, but not friends. Money can buy you sex, but not love. Of course, having money solves a lot of things, but what you'll find is money isn't always the answers to all of your problems. Number 21, it doesn't matter how gorgeous my face is, how pretty my hair is, or how striking my figure is. So nothing matters on the surface when deep within I have an ugly heart. There's no way I could ever feel truly beautiful about myself if I'm constantly gossiping and saying mean things and being unkind. No amount of makeup or expensive creams out there will fix an ugly heart. Number 22, what you'll find is it's not how you look, but rather how you feel about yourself. So now that I'm 30 and that I've become a mom, I have more fine lines, I have more dark spots. Birth has given me a saggier tummy with stretch marks, so you could say I've passed my prime, but actually, on the contrary, I can really say that I do feel more comfortable and beautiful in my own skin. The older that I get, I realize that there's so much more to life than how you look, and beauty isn't measured by lumps and bumps and marks. Your dreams and aspirations is beauty. Kindness is beauty. Knowledge is beauty. Number 23, your thoughts lie to you, and people think that, okay, they're my own thoughts. It comes from myself. I should be able to trust myself. But the truth is, your emotions is just kind of like a haze. So in the moment it blinds you, so you feel to see clearly. It takes away perspective, but then soon enough, suddenly it will disappear. So I learned to question my thoughts. If I'm feeling worthless, I ask myself, am I really worthless? Because it doesn't mean I am. When you feel ugly, it doesn't mean you are. Number 24, I learned that life is not a race, it's a journey, and we're not destined to walk the same path. There's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all formula for everyone. So don't be sorry for living a life that gives you meaning, for living a life that makes you fulfilled. You do not have to fit society's standard. Number 25, I realized that there is a lot of light in the world. A lot of times when I turn on the news, I get really depressed hearing about all the tragedy happening around the world. And however, at the same time, even though it's not promoted as much, you'll find people flocking at the scene, just trying to do the best that they could to provide aid, food, shelter, warmth. In the midst of darkness, light is always born. Number 26, I learned that the easier way isn't necessarily the better way. And looking back, I could have lived a relatively easy life where I could have paid the bills, I wouldn't have a lot to worry about, but it would not even be half as meaningful and as fulfilling as what I'm doing now. Number 27, when you find that life gets a little bit too complicated and where it just feels like everything's falling on your shoulders and you cannot take it anymore, don't look so far ahead. Instead, just take it one day at a time. You'll find that slowly but surely, you'll get there. Whatever you're feeling, it soon will pass. Number 28, I learned that life would be so much more simpler if a lot of times we just keep our mouths shut. Gossiping really isn't good for you. In the moment, it feels great, but it's like drinking poison. If you don't have anything good to say, then most likely it's better off you saying nothing at all. There's a lot of power in silence. Formula for failure is when you try to please everyone, because as much as you try, it's just not possible. If only I can tell you all the years of my life I wasted trying to be someone else just so they could be happy, when deep inside I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with the person that I was. I wasn't letting myself be the person that I truly was. You can fool the world, you cannot fool yourself. Last but not least, number 30, age is just a number. My mom is 52 and she does not look or act like a 50-year-old, and she will not let anyone tell her how to dress, because with confidence you can rock anything, and most of all, confidence does not go out of style. At the same time, I know that being able to age is such a blessing. I'm so grateful for each and every year I've earned, and even if I've had a bad day, I'll still be grateful for making yet another day as I lay in bed. And of course, I'll not forget that tomorrow will always come. Another day is another opportunity for me to love, laugh, and learn. Alright guys, these are my 30 life lessons I learned by 30. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye!